Hey everybody, my name is Calvin Swaim and welcome to a short introductory tutorial about my new time offset animation tool now available on AE Scripts. We're going to go through how to use the tool to create offset based animations very quickly and very easily, just sort of like the one we are seeing right here. So basically, all you have to do is animate one element and then the tool does the rest. You don't have to think about anything else, and it allows you to adjust the speed at which the offset itself. So if you want to make your animation a little bit looser, you can change that. Or if you want to make it a lot tighter, you can do that as well. And it's very easy to change and to quickly adjust. So let's jump right in to the tool itself. So we'll start with our clean composition, and we'll open the tool through the window menu, and we'll scroll down to cal_time offset animation.jsx. So let's check out the UI here and go through the things one by one. So at the top you see we have our offset amount, and now this is the amount of time that each child object will follow the original animation, and you can set this both in seconds or in frames depending on how you like to think about it. And just a word of warning, once you apply offset animation, this value, seconds or frames, is baked into the final animation. So choose the one that you want to use going forward. Second thing we can set here is we can link animations to the layer above or the layer below. And this basically says, where is our animation layer going to be? Do we want to put it at the top of our layer stack of child objects that are going to follow it, or at the bottom? A lot of people like to think of things as ascending. A lot of people like to think of things as descending. So you have both options there. So if it's layer above, you want to put your animation layer at the top of your child layers as it is here. And if it's layer below, you want to put it at the bottom. And after that, we have attach animation controller to. Now this is basically, there's a controller that allows you to customize and change on the fly the offset amount. Now you can apply that directly to your animation layer, or you can create a null object that will store that controller. I like to do that a lot, where I have one null object where I put all of my controllers on, and then I'm just looking at one layer when I want to change anything. Next, we have a list of properties that this animation tool can be applied to. You can select one, you can select a list of them using shift-click, or you can use control-click to choose any number of properties. And right now, it's limited to transform properties. And after that, you can specify a background layer, which will never be included in your animation. So if you just have like a background that you don't want to change, or you don't ever want to like accidentally be part of the animation, you can select this, and you'll see here that it locks that layer and will never actually apply the animation functionality to that layer. And finally, we have an option to pre-compose the animation. This will just wrap up all of the layers that are part of the animation, put them in a pre-comp, and name them based upon your pre-composition name, which also has a counter after it, which allows you to keep names unique if you want. And if you've made it a couple of pre-compositions and you want to change the name and then reset this, you just click the reset button and it'll reset it back to 001. So that's the UI. Let's show you how to actually use this tool. So let's open our clean composition and check it out. So first thing we have a single layer that has an animation applied to it, this little loop-de-doo that we do. Just a couple of keyframes on the position. Then what I've done is I've duplicated 4 versions of this square object, which is a shape layer, but they have no animation applied to them at all. No keyframes, no nothing. And then we also have our background layer, which is just a little vignette background. So if we want to apply our animation, there's actually 3 ways that we can do it. First, I'll just set a few things up here. So we'll make it -0.1. Layer above is what I want, and we'll attach the animation controller to the animation layer. And we'll set our background layer as BG. So when we're ready to apply this animation to our composition, there are 3 ways in which we can actually do that. The first is to do nothing. Don't select any layers, just take the comp as it is and click the Apply Offset Animation button. Gives you a little warning that says, you haven't made a selection, and if you click yes, it will apply it to all the layers. So we'll do that. And you'll see very quickly that we have a nice little animation. Works just as we expected, just as it did before. So that's one way of applying the animation. The second way of doing it is to select the layers that you want to be the child layers of your animation. So all of the layers that do not have any animation applied to them already. So we'll say shape layers 1 through 4 are the ones we want. So we'll make that a selection. And just a thing to note, if you're going to select a group like this, if it's layer above, again, you want your animation layer directly above that selection group, and if it's layer below, you want the animation layer to be directly below those layers. So I've got layer above, so we'll keep it as is, and we'll apply offset animation. And once again, we'll see it works just like a charm. And finally, the last thing that we can do to create our animation is to do a random selection of layers, or a non-contiguous selection. And how this works is, so let's say we only want to do shape layer 1 and shape layer 3 as our child layers. So if you're doing a non-contiguous selection, to get it to work, you have to also select your animation layer. So we've got this. We'll apply offset animation. First thing it tells us is that we have selected a non-contiguous group of layers, and that if we do want to continue, that we have to pre-compose, because the way that this tool works is that all the layers need to be stacked directly in order. So the animation layer needs to be at the top, and any child layers need to be directly beneath that. So we'll select yes, and we'll see that it created a pre-comp of our animation and left shape layers 2 and 4 behind. And when we RAM preview the animation itself, we'll see that the animation layer plus its 2 child layers are properly animated at the offset. So that's how the tool works. So, play around with it. It's a very quick and easy way to create cool animations that are based on, trailing, whether you want to do opacity, rotation, scale, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed the time offset animation tool, and let me know if you have any issues or questions, and enjoy.